Hello, I'm David Brenner, and I'm standing at a small plot of Perilla, which is part of the National Plant Germplasm collection of that crop here in Ames, Iowa. Perilla is a traditional crop in Asia where it's culturally really important. This particular kind with the red foliage is used in Japan to color ume plum products, and the same crop, same species, is grown as a pot herb. There are green leaf kinds that are really important in Korea. There's also oilseed kinds. So there's lots of real deep cultural use for it and considerable production in Asia, in several countries. And in the United States, it's a very minor thing. People have done experimental plantings of it. It's used in gardens, and it's much more important as a weed. It's one of the most aggressive pasture weeds in the southeast United States. The properties of Perilla that make it potentially important is, I think, its cultural depth. People really want this crop. It's a boutique, high-end vegetable. People from certain countries really want to have their supply. It has the oddly distinctive trait of having highly unsaturated vegetable oil, so you can use it to make a kind of varnish, and it's also, the same trait really makes it high in omega-3s, but it's also a very perishable oil, so it's difficult to package well. And it's also the source of an aromatic oil, so the leaves can be distilled using heat to drive off the vapor and then condense it to make essential oils that have strong flavors, a little bit like mint oils, and they've been used as artificial sweeteners, a little bit like saccharin, and low calorie, but it is potentially a new sweet flavoring. The challenges that need to be overcome for Perilla to be more grown are maybe mostly cultural. People have to get an appreciation of it here in the United States to want to grow it more and develop those markets. It's already a very well developed crop in other countries, and it's rather easy to grow in the southeast. It likes hot, humid summers. It tolerates conditions that are not good for a lot of the other crops. But I think the agronomy is not so difficult. It's a matter of deciding how to use it. It's very day length sensitive, so the flowering will happen at a certain day length reliably, and plant breeders have to have a day length appropriate variety to be able to get seeds. But you wouldn't need to have that if you're producing the pigment from the red leaves. There are gaps in the plant germplasm collection. I've collected some wild accessions from Texas and some other places where it's quite common. The whole collection is around 30 accessions, which is small by comparison to the other crops. As a crop in the germplasm system, it's a bit difficult because I can grow them, I can get seeds, but the seeds have a very poor shelf life, which is related to their having such a perishable oil. So the seeds last maybe about 10 years, maybe less, maybe a little bit more, but the accessions over the long run of the germplasm system have mostly died out because they weren't maintained steadily, and if they're not regrown and stored carefully, the seeds will just die. So in that way, it's more difficult than some of the other crops that have a good storage life.